Good day, everyone. Now, let me talk about our updated strategic vision. In course of updating our strategy, we identified the following ambition: becoming #1 for consumers, employees, and investors. Our strategic plan is therefore built around 4 key pillars. We put our consumers first and develop consumer-centric philosophy. In order to service our consumers in the best possible way, we structurally assess the most promising and efficient ways to market. In order to support our ambitions, we need to have modern and efficient platform focused around proper adaptive org structure and scalable operational platforms. Finally, whatever we are doing and plan to excel is just not possible without people and competences. We are clearly aiming becoming the employer of choice. Now, good news is that we are already on the right track in terms of delivering our strategic priorities. First of all, our consumers start appreciating our initiatives more, as demonstrated by the NPS index. Our staff turnover is at record low, and we clearly see opportunities to improve this further. Finally, we created a lot of value for our shareholders in the course of 2020. We faced an impressive stock price rally, and our investments into openings and redesigns delivered lucrative returns and like-for-like uplifts. Nevertheless, we believe we are only in the beginning of a fantastic journey, and we have a very clear implementation plan in place. We put consumers at the core of our action plan, where we aim rolling out our CVP while keep tailoring and updating it further. We introduce clustering, personalized loyalty supported by advanced mechanics, and new brand, repositioning Magnit closer to the elements we want to be associated with. New promising ways to market, envisaging smart return-driven expansion. New promising ventures to cover additional consumer missions, with a particular focus on e-com, to further evolve into ecosystem of complementary services, and big differentiation initiatives specifically in respect to private label, own production, direct import, and strategic partnership with our suppliers. Now, modern and efficient platform requires clear synchronization of all functional strategies. Adaptive org structure, proper RASI and ownership culture, migration to industrial operational platforms, of course supported by rethinking of our tech capabilities. Finally, employer of choice is focused around reconsidering our employee value proposition, constant pulse check, talents development, and investment into constantly evolving capabilities. Now, let me talk about our strategy in a bit more granular level of details, but before doing so, I suggest to check a short video summarizing what I've just discussed.
Staying ahead means constantly evolving. We understand that the interests of our consumers, employees, and investors are all linked together, and their interests are at the heart of our strategy. Our goal is to become the #1 choice for consumers. When making key business decisions, we always focus on the interests of consumers. We are improving the CVP of our key formats and moving away from pure and only price perception, offering instead a new concept of a friendly, safe, and comfortable store where consumers can find everything they need and get the best value for their money. After renovation, our stores boast a unique ambiance and become more attractive. To achieve this, we are improving our product range and bringing our offering closer to consumers by clustering our stores and expanding the range of locally sourced products. We focus on proactive rollout of our key business formats in a value-accretive way while strictly measuring the performance of new stores. We plan to significantly and profitably expand our market share, including through targeted M&A deals. At the same time, we're constantly developing and piloting new formats. We've chosen a multi-format development model and created a family of stores where every format caters to different shopping missions. Our target vision for the CVP goes beyond the boundaries of traditional grocery retail. We're working to create an extensive ecosystem of services, enabling us to cover all aspects of the physical customer experience. To do that, we're investing in the development of the Omni experience and e-commerce channel, cultivating mutually beneficial partnerships. Robust online and offline growth is impossible without a proper infrastructure. First, we're establishing a flexible, reliable, and scalable IT platform. Second, we're implementing a modern toolset that utilizes big data and advanced analytics. Third, we're designing efficient and effective end-to-end processes. And fourth, we're fostering productive teamwork. We strive to be #1 employer. We have achieved a balance in our organizational structure by fine-tuning the relationship between the headquarters, regional branches, and format teams, and managed to establish robust end-to-end processes with clear segregation of responsibilities and transparent performance indicators. We are actively developing a cross-functional cooperation and product approach to achieve our business objectives. Our priority is to establish a strong corporate culture that would link our strategic goals to the day-to-day work of our people and unite them under clear mandate. With our focus on the consumer and constant refinement of internal processes, we aim to be #1 choice for investors. We aim to achieve our most ambitious goals by improving efficiency of our core business while continuing to grow, as well as focusing on generating high returns on invested capital and creating additional value for our shareholders. In addition to that, we are committed to achieving our ESG targets to become more sustainable. And this is how Magnit becomes the #1 choice for our consumers, employees, and investors.
Okay, perfect. Now let me talk a bit about the macro environment. In the fast-changing landscape, we obviously take into consideration the rising challenges, but also opportunities. Now, COVID obviously impacted the unemployment rate that stabilized closer to the end of 2020 and is forecasted to improve this year. Real disposable income was unfortunately in a constantly negative territory throughout 2020, but is still forecast to improve this year. Inflation generally stabilized after some fluctuations, where we see some pressure end of 2020 and beginning this year. Finally, our consumer confidence index, unfortunately, remains at pretty low level. Now, what does that all mean from our consumer standpoint? First of all, our consumers increased mobility after the COVID lockdown. Second, they start spending on grocery products more. As you can see in the middle chart, by the fourth Q 2020, the grocery spending reached 66% of the overall wallet. And as you can notice on the right-hand side chart, around 65% of our consumers intend to keep it at the same level, and 25% even to improve it further. This is naturally transferred into the segment's evolution. We clearly see saving fans and goal-oriented segments growing the most. Prices getting back to the top of mind of our consumers. But not only, they become much more demanding, primarily in relation to assortment range and convenience. The channel split is generally stable, where the fastest growing segments are e-commerce, hard discounters, and specialized retail. Open markets and street retail actually losing market share pretty massively, donating to the rest of the segments. Finally, the e-com market is on tremendous rise. According to market estimates, the e-com segment could reach up to 1 trillion level by 2025, becoming a super important mission to cover to also ensure the consistency of offering. Now, for instance, around 48% of Generation Z is ready to shop grocery online. COVID generally created a necessary momentum for a fundamental shift. According to the surveys, around 34% of consumers want to continue work from home regime, and around 66% is ready to continue shopping online, especially in the big cities. With that, I would like to guide you through our specific initiatives on delivering the best proposition to our consumers. But first, I suggest to start with a short, exciting video.
Magnit has long pushed the boundaries of traditional grocery retail. We have pursued a multi-format development model, establishing a family of stores where every format caters to different consumer needs. Our goal is to become an integral part of the lives of every Russian family. To do this, we are moving away from pure and only price perception, offering instead a new concept of friendly, safe, and comfortable stores where consumers can find everything they need and get the best value for their money. In line with this new concept, we are transforming each and every one of our store formats and continuously improving our CVP. After renovation, Our stores boast a unique ambiance, becoming an inviting space for consumers. We strive to bring our offering closer to consumers by clustering our stores to account for local geography and expanding our range of locally sourced products. At the same time, we concentrate on reducing the complexity of running our stores by streamlining and harmonizing our approach to product range management. In Magnit Convenience, we focus on improving service quality by monitoring product layout, price tag accuracy, shop floor cleanliness, and our staff's customer-centric approach. We have developed a new approach that distinctly splits our large format stores into Magnit Family Supermarkets and Magnit Extra Superstores. We are constantly improving our product range, most notably by expanding our offer of fresh goods, including fruits and vegetables, meat, fish, and ready-to-eat products. We are implementing new technologies to optimize store operations and deliver important projects for sustainable development. We are updating our Magnit Cosmetic stores by introducing a concept of worlds and solution centers, where consumers can find everything they need to care for themselves, their loved ones, and their home. We ensure we're plugged into the latest trends by actively expanding the brand's digital presence and developing a team of beauty consultants who know everything about care and cosmetics. Many of our stores now have a Magnit pharmacy inside, enabling consumers to buy all the health products they need in just one trip. We've launched pilots for a number of new formats that complement our core business by covering more niche missions. Magnit My Price discounters are geared towards savvy consumers always looking for an opportunity to buy high-end quality products at low prices. Magnit City is a small store format focused on the needs of metropolitan residents. It has a cafeteria with free Wi-Fi, a professional coffee machine, and a range of ready-to-eat products. Magnit kiosks will operate in pedestrian high-traffic areas, a different proposition compared to traditional street retail. The concept focuses on quick on-the-go shopping. The family of Magnit stores will continue to grow and improve to become the first choice for consumers.
Okay, perfect. So now let me try to add a bit of more color to this pretty comprehensive video. Now, first of all, I would like to remind you that Magnit is the only true national multi-format retailer. So our core formats are focused on covering the major and complementary consumer missions, where our new promising ventures are intended to service our consumers in the best possible way, as one brand and one loyalty program. Now, another important differentiation proposition is our own production facilities to ensure our private label offering. We have put in place a number of initiatives to ensure our best proposition to the consumers. First of all, assortment rationalization, focused around structured unit of needs approach in the category management, target categories, review and focus, including cosmetics rezoning, category sizes, to extend needs on one hand and decrease inefficient tail on the other, rebalanced price tiers to cover all segments, ultimately leading to decreased complexity primarily in relation to planogramming principles and supply chain, and unfreezing a lot of capacity and efficiency throughout the system. This is also supported by assortment harmonization, primarily meaning the Matryoshka principle revision. We are now much more balancedly approaching the consumer proposition from the unit of needs and price tiers coverage, regardless of the store sizes. Ultimately, we believe this has a strong impact on like-for-like, commercial margin, stock level, and availability. Now, in order to service our consumers in the best possible way, we introduced store clustering approach, where we identified 3 major clusters, megapolis, city and village, and 2 additional ones, street retail and joint openings of convenience and cosmetics. This allows for a tailored approach to assortment and promo, price mix, communication, and obviously the look and feel concept. The local offering and brands are becoming tremendously important for our consumers, especially in the fresh categories. We should take this into consideration, and we put the respective focus in place by introducing dedicated regional category management teams exactly to find the right balance between federal and local suppliers and brands. Finally, in the environment where the competition for the consumers is rising heavily, every retailer is naturally focused on differentiating from the rest of the competition. But how unique is this proposition? We believe we are best positioned to excel our private label offering. We estimate our private label to get to the 25% of sales by 2025 by rebalancing our brands portfolio and overall offering, with a particular focus on cross-category brands and value for money. Our own production facilities are well set to support us in this journey, both in industrial and fresh categories. We will selectively invest into production facilities to ensure our excellence. Direct import is another tremendously important lever. We carve out a separate procurement team while collecting one of the best talents in the market to put a right focus on this. Finally, our procurement strategy goes far beyond the traditional buying approach. We want to literally establish the mutually beneficial end-to-end strategic partnership with our suppliers, focused around data, innovations, merchandising, capacity utilization, etc., supported by tailored marketing and promo initiatives. I guess all of you by now know our private label brand portfolio. Now, what you see on the page is a few examples, also in respect to our brand in the fresh category, Magnit Свежесть, supported by the own production of cucumbers, tomatoes, and mushrooms, one of the leading in the country, by the way, and state-of-the-art confectionery lines. Now, with that, let me please pass to Ruslan Ismailov, Deputy CEO and Chief Operating Officer, to navigate you through our format-specific initiatives. Ruslan, please.